everybody and welcome back to my channel. Back on the creative server, and I built something pretty cool. I'm not in a super flat this time because the past few builds I've done some super flat ones. This one we're back on the original creative server, and as you can see we've got our beautiful building up on the mountain and another one over here. We built this really cool mystical tree. I wasn't too sure what to call it because I guess it's a tree, but the leaves look a little bit strange, and so do the branches, but that was kind of my goal. You can see with the upcoming time lapse that you will see in a second, I had some problems with the leaves here, so I did a whole bunch of leaves, hated it, deleted it, and then went back to what I was not doing in the first place, but a different idea that I had and decided not to go with. I loved this idea a lot more, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the build once the time lapse over. So stay tuned, enjoy the time lapse. So how was that time lapse? Pretty cool, I hope. Yeah, well, you could see a bunch of the issues I had with especially making these branches and the leaves, and there were so many options. You also may have a few questions, and so do I. Like, for example, what's this big gem at the top? I don't know. But it's there, and, you know, it looks cool. I kind of added it because I needed something in the middle here, because I didn't quite want to make it a massive tree with branches and leaves going all the way up to the top, which again I could have, but I decided not to. I did like the fact that this is kind of like a stump, but it's got something in the middle, like it's holding this big gem, which I guess could be really here for anything. Another thing I added was these mushrooms in the side, because I think that just added a whole bunch to the trunk here. It looked a little bit bare when I built it, so the reason why I added these is to, of course, stop that. It wasn't as bare after I added these. And yeah, I added them all around the side so you have a good 360 view. Now these branches, I'm really happy with the way that they curve around. I was having some issues trying to get them at a very curved kind of length, just like this, or shape, and I think it turned out really well. I didn't want them all being the same, so I've had to do a few different ones just for different curves, but I think it looks really pretty, or just cool. It's just, I really like this. I had to do some texturing over here, and I did originally think of making this guy a little face, which I guess there kind of is. If you look, there's like an eye, mouth, but it's not fully a face. But I did consider it because I thought that could be a bit cute, and these look like arms anyway. But instead I didn't do that, and yeah, I added some roots down the bottom here, which I am also really happy with how they turned out. It was the original idea for the whimsical branches that were kind of twirling around, was because I did these roots first and I really liked the way they twirled, and so I was like, you know what, let's do that for the whole tree, and that's where this came in. I used mangrove leaves and spruce wood as the main kind of blocks of these, because obviously a tree, I don't need too many blocks, and mangrove leaves are my favourite. Now obviously you can texture the whole tree with these mangrove leaves and different leaves and all of that. I just decided not to, because honestly this tree is meant to be appreciated from afar because it's got the shape, you can't really see that up close, and so the texturing of the leaves doesn't really do too much from a far distance. But if you make this tree yourself, that is something you can consider. Same with the spruce wood. The reason why I chose spruce is because if I did end up wanting to texture it, you can do it with any dark oak planks or dark oak stairs without issue, because they look really similar to the spruce wood. As you can see as well, I added some frog lights. These were originally added amongst the leaves, but of course I moved the leaves so you can't really see it. But I didn't remove them because again, this tree is meant to be appreciated from afar and more from a ground perspective, and you can't really see the frog lights from the ground. Of course you can see a couple, but it's nothing major. I made the little mushrooms on the side of the tree glow as well, because I think that just added a really cool element to it. What do you think of this tree? I think it looks really cool. It's a nice magical tree, something different than your traditional trees, but it still looks super cool. I think this could fit in any fantasy forest, maybe as a big centerpiece of a forest. I'm not sure. I think it'd be cool, even if you did the inside, which again, this whole tree is hollow, so if the inside is something that could be done, you could do that, and it could look really cool. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and I hope you enjoyed this build, and maybe it inspired you to do something similar, or something not similar, or the same thing even. Let me know if it did, and if you do any builds, please make sure to tell me, because I'd love to see it. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy my other videos, and I hope you enjoy your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!